Up there, but yeah, we're live now. I see. Peace to all the melanated family. I'm a first. If y'all had to unsubscribe from a couple of channels, you know what I'm saying. One sister channel I had to unsubscribe from was talk about the decline of the black male. Now the decline, and what's funny was in her video she didn't say anything about the global system of white supremacy. I feel like this: if you're listening to black YouTubers and they're not talking about the global system of white supremacy as the reason why black men are the way they are, or black women are the way they are, then you don't need to be subscribing to those channels, because all they doing is being a gatekeeper for the global system of white supremacy. It's obvious. It's obvious. I mean, there's some ones you can name off the back who are like that. You know what I mean? Who are more famous than the ones that I unsubscribe from. You know, then when it comes to white YouTubers, I don't even bother to follow them, because a lot of them ain't really talking about anything. What they talking about is that's more for their audience, for their caveman or cave beast audience. You know what I'm saying? I don't even, and have some of the stuff that they probably put out is not even true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was subscribed for this one cave beast dude, and he was talking about talking the old Eurocentric talking point of why vaccines are okay and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When the truth is, he didn't even say anything about the authorities putting stuff in the vaccines that were getting children sick, and that were giving children autism and other types of neurological disorders and what have you. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say nothing about that. He just talk about the history of vaccines. Like we really give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? When the so-called authorities been putting stuff in these vaccines since the 1970s and shit, So, I mean, there's so many people put so many mistruths and bullshit out here that it's like, hey, why not? I might as well go ahead and do a video and do these videos and spurt some truth out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's other black YouTubers who are spurt the truth out that I follow. You know what I'm saying? Especially Lisa Cabrera, True Royal Family, Tari and Rain, and others who are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all of them for, putting the truth out, Yeah, so yeah, we have to be careful and diligent in who we follow. You know what I'm saying? We want to follow people who ain't gonna give us any bullshit, people who are aligned with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. we could do that, man. We could change this planet. We could flip this world upside down, flip it in a way where it goes back to the original people, the descendants of the original people who were here hundreds of thousands of years ago. You know what I'm saying? When we were part of that huge landmass of them crackers called Pangea. You know, before we became Africa, we were known as a Kebulon. Yeah. So I really don't know what else to say. Yeah, we don't know what to say. I came across this old paper that I was researching when I did my around, so y'all could look at it. Hold on for a sec. It's not flipping. Oh, here we go. As y'all may see, written by a Caucasoid by the name of Barbara Flagg. Something about whiteness as meta privilege. And as you may see, of power, privilege, and prestige, an invisible package of unassets. Wow. We're going to stop right there and look at that first sentence and look at the words unearned assets. Ha 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 ha. So yes, a Caucasoid is finally privileged. It's unearned. And prestige that they have received should not be respected. That's right. Let me continue reading on this thing. As an epistemological stance, it sometimes is an exercise in denial. Whiteness is an identity, a culture, and an often colonizing way of life that is largely invisible to whites, though rarely to people of color. I hate that term, people of color. Hey, how you doing, Cat? Yeah. I was just reading this little thing that I pulled in research when I was doing my first book, The Ideology of Whiteness. But check out this little section out. That whiteness is an identity, a culture, and an often colonizer way of life that is, get this, largely invisible to whites. So in other words, the author is saying that her own Caucasoid people don't see how their colonizing ways is oppressing melanated people. Yeah, that's good to hear, fam. Good to hear. I forgot about your other I was on your Sculptor last evening. I forgot about the not your scope, but your live stream earlier that last evening. But I forgot about the other one you said you was gonna do. But it's a good thing you came in and apologized in regards to your live stream you're supposed to do later that evening. But yeah. So I don't think I used this in my book. There's a lot of truth to what this Caucasoid is saying. even though I really don't care for the people of color term, you know. So yeah, should say just I rather she say that the descendants of slave. Yeah, this is from somebody. This is from a Caucasoid paper that she written called "Whiteness as Meta Privilege," and it's from the category "Understanding White Privilege." Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, hopefully ain't you two ain't doing anything. But yeah. Hold on for a second. I'm hold on for a second here. Got something I can show. Yeah, this is actually the book that I've written. Hey, how you doing, S. Wiseman? Good to see you in here. I was just discussing about whiteness. Yeah. Hold on, let me see you can see me a little. There we go. Hey, S. Wiseman. Yeah, good to see you in here. Yeah, I was just discussing about whiteness. I was gonna see. Oh, yep, I sure did. I sure did. Ah, here it is. I got a little section of my book talking about whiteness here. Ha. Right here in the book. Yep, and it says, oh yes, and it says, whiteness is also a meta privilege, according to Barbara Flagg, in which, quote, the ability of whiteness to define the conceptual terrain deployed and interrogated. Whiteness sets the terms of which racial identity is constructed. Whiteness generates a distinct cultural narrative, controls the racial distribution of opportunities and resources, and frames the ways in which that distribution is interpreted. Finally, whiteness holds sway over the in which its own ascendancy is understood and might be challenged, end quote. So and it kind of ties into and a little further. Since I've written this book, a lot of things have changed too. A lot of things have changed. First of all, the B2 movement has kind of changed things a little bit, in which women are trying to take the top tier position as the dominant force within the system of whiteness, in which they want to get all the privileges that black men that white men have been receiving for centuries. You know what I'm saying? So within the realm of whiteness, within the realm of the global system of white supremacy, white women want to be the main distributors. They want to be the on who gets what, when, and how. Yeah, pretty much like the meaning of politics that Howard Laswell came up with, of who gets what, when, and how. White women want to be in that position of who gets what, when, and how, in which the white male is the true beta male. If you want to find out, if you want to go to who are the term kings, you could just look at white men and how they have bowed down to these. That's right, bowed down to these Beckys. You know what I'm saying? And they are doing it more and more every day, which is why they're the main ones who are crying, talking about they're oppressed. But see, they blaming the wrong people or of who's oppressing them. It's really the white women who are oppressing these these cavemen, these cave beasts. You know what I'm saying? The white women are starting to are really doing that now. You know what I'm saying? In which the only thing they can really do to these white men, the ones who have more of the celebrity, is pretty much take their money away from them. That's the only thing they could do. But when it comes to Bill Cosby, when it comes to black men like Bill Cosby and Morgan Freeman, oh, they could do far more than take their money. Oh, they could defame them. They make them look bad, make them look like they're the lowest scum on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, they just ruled that Bill Cosby was guilty of all charges. But the thing is, there was no proof that he have raped those women, that he has sexually molested these women. Yes, I'm sure Bill Cosby may have flirted with them. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Cap. They always scream at victim. Always. See, that's that right fragile tears that you have to give them a white tears bottle for. That's why you got to make sure you keep those handy, because you know they're going, you know these Beckys and these Brads are gonna start crying. Especially when you call them out on their racism. Oh yeah, they're about to start crying. That's why you got to have that white tears bottle available so they can cry in those things, and you can just drink it all up. You could cheers to your melanated family and just drink it all up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they. You know what I'm saying? But these are the same people who are so busy worrying about us that their own people are dying, who are so willing to clutch on to their material things while that volcanic lava is destroying their homes, and they don't even want to leave. They don't want to leave the woods because they want to stay away from us melanated people as much as possible. Because we're a threat to their existence. We didn't even do anything. We're just here. But the plane is not made for them. And they know that. They know that. They can play that they don't know anything. I didn't know this and I didn't know that. But the real thing behind it is they know that they're not going to be here much longer. The Most High is doing its work. That's why the Most High is letting that volcanic lava come out of these volcanoes, letting these volcanoes of crackers who live in the woods so they can stay away from us melanated people. That's the idea of it. Them white crackers who stay in Guatemala. Oh man, they're getting killed. Volcanoes are erupting out there too. Wherever there's crackers, wherever these crackers reside, that's who the Most High is working on. That's who the Most High is working on. That's why the Most High is unleashing all of these calamities and pestilences and stuff. He's getting tired of the crap. And all we can sit back and do is get our popcorn, get our beer, get our liquor, whatever you're drinking, and say a toast, or get a white tears bottle and say a toast. A toast to white fragility and the distinction of the white race. Distinction of the Caucasoid. Yes. Oh, yes. And just enjoy the show. While they burn, we gonna be out here building up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be out here loving and building up each other as a people. You know what I'm saying? Because we got problems of our own. I know that's right, that's Wiseman. I was just watching Lisa Cabrera's video on those volcanoes out in Kilauea, Hawaii. Out in the Kilauea, Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you know. And it's just you just have to sit back and be like, I was reading the comment. I was like, yeah, might as well. That's right. And another thing about Hawaii, did y'all know that little over 100 years ago, when Queen Luiolokolani, I know her name starts with an L. Y'all could definitely check and research that on how they have on how they have colonized the islands, the Hawaiian Islands, and Luiolokolani stood strong as a queen in that land. You know what I'm saying? To assure these colonizers did not take over Hawaii. So these colonizers, it took them a while. It took them, I would say it took them anywhere between 50 to 100 years for them to finally colonize Hawaii. They started back in the 1890s. And they didn't completely colonize Hawaii until like around 1950s, and of course 1959 is officially made Hawaii. Yeah, so that's how that happened. You know what I'm saying? So now the Most High has seen that and decided to do, well, you know what, if we can't get these crackers out, I'm just going to have to kill them by allowing these volcanoes to erupt. I'm gonna make these volcanoes erupt to kill all these crackers. They all up living in the woods. Yeah, we got them. If they don't want to leave, that's fine too. We'll burn them. We'll go ahead and burn them all. We gonna burn their homes with them in it. If they want to stay in their homes, that's fine too. Got them. Yep. Yeah. So that's fine, man. You funny. I know, right? Wow, Becky. Whatever do you mean? I know, right? They don't get it. I almost went out for a minute there. Yeah, I was starting to buffering myself. I don't know if it's I'm moving around or what. But I could yeah, I only buffered maybe like one time. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully YouTube ain't trying to stop the progress. Okay. If it's me moving around. Yeah, but I know the signal sometimes is like that. And it could be on my end. You know. But yeah. Yeah, I tell you. There's a lot of history on. There's a book written by a Caucasoid by the name of Stephen Kinzer called Overthrow. And he talks about how Hawaii was colonized by these crackers. And it was a long, lengthy process on how these crackers were able to colonize Hawaii. Yeah, they just don't come into a land and say, I'm going to colonize it. There was a lot of resistance. and Queen Luo Kalani, I think how you pronounce her name. I think her name is spelled like Liuokalani. I think that's how you spell her name. It's kind of hard to say it too, but it starts with an L. Queen L. Yeah, definitely look that up. Yep. I know, right? Yeah. Low sperm count Brad. Oh dear, that is a shame. Yeah, Brad ain't fit to be on this planet anyway. You know, his ancestors were sleeping with goats, sheep, dogs, cats, camels, whatever animals were, bears, and whatever animals were living in the cave, living in those caves. They up here shedding hair on their bodies. And then the kids wonder why they shedding hair and stuff. Why they kids can't act human. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, they up there shedding hair on their bodies. Yep. Oh man. That womb sharers bearing cap. Yes, sir. Oh yeah. A toast to that. We could definitely say a toast to that. Oh man. This is all the more reason to rejoice in our meddling, because we are not as hairy as they are. And if we do have hair, we don't shed. That's the greatest thing about being melanated. We ain't gotta worry about being burnt in the sun. Shoot, we even if a natural disaster comes, we're still surviving. We're still alive. You know what I'm saying? We can survive through a storm. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is drink water, take herbs. You know what I'm saying? Take that B12, that B17, all that stuff. And we'll survive. Shoot, I know melanated people who ate nothing but peanuts, and they lived to be past 100 years old. Tell me they ain't the most hard working in them. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, my mother just turned 80 this year. You know what I'm saying? She's still kicking. She don't even look like she's 80. You know what I mean? She was a foster mother. And one of my adopted brothers always give my mom's credit for raising him and his brother. You know what I'm saying? Because without my moms, you know, who knows where they would have been. Been out in the streets, all because of what these crackers have done to them over there, all because of this cracker system that these crackers have instituted has split their family up. You know what I'm saying? But my mom and Miss Cunningham was able to keep them together. You know what I mean? And their kids are still living, you know. One of his brothers, he was in the army. He just got out the army, and he got post-traumatic stress disorder, all because of his time when he was out in Afghanistan. And when he was out in Afghanistan, shoot, it's nothing to how the media presents it. Man, them guys were out there getting high and everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were probably, where he was stationed, they were probably far from the poppy fields where they get that opium. You know what I mean? Shoot. I mean, that's all that they were really doing, was protecting those poppy fields in order to keep people high. You know what I mean? That's probably where some of these synthetic drugs came from. They probably took the stuff in the poppy fields and turned drugs like Flocka and a whole bunch of other names that I can't remember off the back. I know Flocka is like the main one, you know. Yeah, appreciate that, S. Wiseman. Yep. But you know, that's all part of my mom being melanated. You know what I'm saying? Because we have morals. Like for example, if you was to put a black kid and a white kid and have them play a game like a Call of Duty, the white kid after they play Call of Duty will go out and kill everything in sight with his gun with ammo in it. But when the melanated, after they play Call of Duty, they don't go out and kill people. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the reality and fiction. You know what I'm saying? They know the difference between what is real and what is not. And in their moral code that is already embedded in them, they're not gonna go out and kill somebody. You know, so all this stuff about black on black crime and black percent of 50% of them are bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing but those crackers speaking their talking points for Fox News and all these other cracker channels that they listen to. Yeah. They still in Afghanistan. It's them poppy fields, man. Yep. Exactly. You know. So I was having a little discussion about that. You know, I was having a little Twitter discussion about that with a couple of melanated brothers. One of the brothers was like, one of the brothers had his kid like white family's house and stuff, man. Yo, I'm thinking something. No, that's dangerous. And I was telling the other brother, he was like, the other brother was, man, what you doing in them white folks' house, man? They're gonna come out, they're gonna end up killing you, man. Your kid might not even get out of that house alive. You know what I'm saying? And the brother who takes his kid house, he got a little sensitive and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when the other brother was trying to tell him the truth, you know what I'm saying? He was basically saying that when you go into these crackers' houses, man, you have to be very careful because you might not even make it out alive because you know they got guns in their crib. Most crackers got guns in their crib. You know what I'm saying? They'll shoot your kid right on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care if they're cops because guess what? The cops are an extension of the slave patrol. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so I was talking to the other brother, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was telling him that what I just told y'all about, you know, black people, you know, having morals as the reason why we don't go out and shoot and reenact what is being displayed on the video game compared to these crackers. You know, these crackers are embedded to be evil, while us melanated people are embedded to do good. But there's a lot of our people amongst the melanated family who choose to co-opt with these Caucasoids and take on their Eurocentric mindset. Yeah, peace to you, Ron. What's going on, man? Peace to you, fam. Good to see you up in here. You know. Yeah. So, you know, it was a very uplifting discussion. You know what I'm saying? To the other brother. You know what I mean? And his name is Lefford Thomas. That's his name. And he's on Twitter. I can't remember what his Twitter handle is. But yeah, he be spitting that truth, man. He don't be playing no games. He's all about protecting the melanated family. You know what I'm saying? And how we must be careful when dealing with these Caucasoids. Basically what he's saying is we need, and that is exactly what we need to do. We depending on where you at, you can still separate from them. You know what I'm saying? You can separate from them ideologically. You can separate from them when it comes to spending money at their stores, at their places. You know, there's all types of ways we can separate from these Caucasoids because they're not going to help us. They're not going to benefit us. And for any melanated Caucasoid benefit them, they're basically, you know what I'm saying? They basically have been drinking the Caucasoid Kool-Aid for too long, and they need to stop drinking that Kool-Aid before they get sick and die. You know what I mean? So it's good to see all y'all listening to me and everything. And oh yeah, I want to show y'all a little something too. I haven't even fully read this book yet. I'm sure some of y'all are familiar with this book. Oh, yeah, I'm sure some of y'all familiar with this book. They came before Columbus. I haven't checked it out from the library. Unfortunately, I haven't started reading it. But this book is definitely the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, that's great. That's great, Ron. Yeah, so we were here in this country long before these crackers ever been. And I got another one too I want to show y'all. I've read a little bit of it. I haven't fully gotten deeper to this book yet. Yeah. This African queen, she was a what is known as a Hottentot Venus. Her name is Sarah Bartman. Sartije Bartman, I think it is, but the colonizers called Sarah. You know, this African queen here. Yeah, before Josephine Baker, there was Sarah Bartman. You know what I'm saying? So this Caucasoid written this book about her. Hold on, I think she's a I think this author is yep, sure is. Here's the author right here who written this book. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We are definitely the original copper tone beings of the land. And another person, yeah, that's right. That's right, Cap. Yup. She sure did. Yeah, actually, this. Hold on, I'm gonna have y'all look at this photo. Y'all probably may have seen this before. In regards to her backside, yeah, this is her right here. Look at here. Yup. So you thought Josephine Baker was the first. This was the first. And there's the little praise for the book. You know what I'm saying? So yes, this is what they call what is that called the Hottentot Venus. I bet these Caucasoids were mesmerized by her. Oh, you know, I don't know that for sure. Yes, they sure did, Ron. They sure did. I'm sure they did. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised, as Mosmith, if they do have something of her in their museum. Because, yeah. Oh, the French love her. She was staying there. This was before Josephine Baker decided to live the rest of her life in France. You know what I'm saying? Because the Caucasoids out there in France treated her, Josephine Baker, a lot better than the Caucasoids here in America did. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna read this book. Definitely gonna read these books. That's why I picked these books up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about my melanated people. And here is was 21 years old when she was taken from her native South Africa. Within weeks, the striking African beauty was the talk of the social season of 1810, hailed as the Hottentot Venus for her exquisite physique and suggestive semi-nude dance. As her fame spread to Paris, Saji became a lightning rod for late Gregorian, late Georgian, and Napoleonic attitudes toward exploitation, yes, sir, and colonialism, prurience, and science. Yup. Oh, yeah. So, yes, they are. Oh, they take, you know what, ex-Wiseman? They take anything that is of ours and put it in the museum. They love doing it. Yes. Henrietta Lacks is a perfect example of that. They took her, what they call magic cells, and they use it on their own people. You know what I'm saying? These crackers, they are discovering technology to keep their own race of people alive. You know what I'm saying? Keep their own Caucasoid people alive. This is exactly what they do. You know, they'll do anything to keep their people alive, hoping that we will perish. Trying to, and while at the you put stuff in the food in what we drink, you know what I'm saying, hoping that we will perish. But we're still here. As Antoine Fisher would say, I'm still here. Y'all Caucasoids haven't killed us yet. We're still here. The population, that's pure bullshit. That's pure bullshit, and they know it. But there's a certain reason why they use the number 13. They use that number 13 a lot. These white elites who are part of that Freemasonic, part of these Freemasonic movements. You know what I'm saying? Part of these Freemasonic religions and philosophies. Yeah, they do that. They do that as part of their sacred ritual. And yes, they do engage in these strange rituals. Yes, absolutely right on that, Ron. Our DNA is like no other people on this planet. And that is the reason why we're still a population. It's the white population that is decreasing, not ours. But yet they still they so busy trying to shoot us down, gun us down like a bunch of animals that their own people are dying out like the dinosaurs. And as a matter of fact, don't be surprised if you see a dinosaur, because I will guarantee you dinosaurs are still alive. There are some dinosaurs that are still alive. What happened was evolution. Evolution is what has caused the dinosaurs to here today. So the present animals really came from the DNA of dinosaurs. Most likely came from the DNA of dinosaurs in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You still got the Loch Ness Monster. You even got mermaids living. You know what I'm saying? And that they never really say how mermaids were created, but I will believe that some Caucasoid, some cracker went out of the water and had sex with a dolphin or some aquatic creature to create mermaids. And that's funny. True Royal Family was talking about that on Lisa Cabrera's live stream about these crackers having sex with dolphins. Oh my gosh. Hey, I see somebody else just came into the room. Nice to see you. Yeah. Man, we're just up here talking about these Caucasoids. So, yeah. Like S. Wiseman said, these Caucasoids are sick to the bone. Yes, they are. They like they these cave bitches let their dogs lick their pussies. And Donald Trump loves grabbing women by the pussy. Guess what? Guess what? We got a cuckazoids who like to grab women by their titties. And he feels the justification for that is that when he sees a woman breastfeeding, he has a right to grab their titties. If a woman could breastfeed in public, that gives him the right to grab her titties. Ain't that some sick shit? And this dude is a state senator talking this crap. Donald Trump, I said Donald Trump needs to go ahead and adopt him as his son. You know what I'm saying? Pussy grabber and a titty grabber. To me, that's a perfect combination for family. Oh Lord, maybe Donald Trump might train him to be a pussy grabber himself. Train that New Hampshire state senator to be a pussy grabber. Man, I tell you, these caucasoids, man, they sick to the bone. They love to exploit us. Now it's the time for us to stop letting them exploit us. That's why I'm hoping one day that these NFL athletes are gonna boycott this football season by not suiting up. That's right. That's right, Cap. That's pretty much what it is. Cracker-ish. That would be a great show. watching these crackers having their cats and dogs lick their pussies. Having their dogs suck their dicks. Woo, what a show that would be. What a show that would be. You know what I'm saying? So as melanated people, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to be engaging in all these gender wars. You know what I'm saying? We can't engage in a gender war while fighting the global system, white supremacy at the same time. It does not work. You know what I'm saying? That's why Lisa Cabrera does not get into any beefs with other YouTubers, especially the Cynthia G's and the China Foxes of the world, you know, especially with the Cynthia G's of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best not to get into those live streams, because they're not uplifting us as a melanated family. That's why I like going to Lisa Cabrera's live streams a lot, because she's always talking about uplifting the melanated family. You know what I'm saying? Always. And I see you, Esquire's been always in there. And I even see you, Cap, in there in Lisa's live streams. And there's other people in there that I like, such as Brother Information Man. You know what I'm saying? And True Royal Family. You know? Yeah. And Tari and Rain, he comes in from time to time when he can. You know? And Brother KD84. I don't know if it's him, but one of the brothers, man, he sound like a preacher. I'm like, get it, brother. And there's another brother who sounds like a preacher. He has the same name as me, Mr. Maurice. Yeah, brother Maurice be up in there. He got the same name as me. I was like, oh, about me for a minute there. I was like, whoa, I almost forgot there was another Maurice up in there. I know I'm not on the panel. Yeah, man. Yep. So yeah, I'm just glad to be able to chop it up with you guys. Glad to see y'all up in here. You know, because you know it's hard to teach a cracker new tricks. They're just like dogs. Woo! Yes. They're just like dogs. You can't teach a cracker new tricks. Yeah, they're nothing but dogs and pets. Whatever they gravitate towards, that's what they're gonna feed off of. We can't let these caucasoids feed off of our energy. And we can't let these caucasoids take our energy, because our energy is meant for us. Our energy is meant for us and only for us, so we can elevate each other and to build our nation. But anyway, that's all I really want to say to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need to put something in the description link about my book, The Ideology of Whiteness. But I'm definitely considering on putting another book together, referencing Sean James. You know what I'm saying? In which he talks about the incels and how the white woman is trying to take over, is trying to be on the top of the pedestal of the global white supremacy's food chain, in which white women are trying to get all the privileges and the rights that the white men have been receiving for all so long. Yeah, they better hope their race don't become extinct by then. Oh, yes. The name of the book is Ideology of Whiteness. Whew. I was almost cut off there. Here we go. This is what the book looks like. Actually, you walked in, Wiseman, but I read an excerpt from it based off of Barbara Flagg's Whiteness Has a Meta Privilege. And hold on, I'm gonna read a little section for you real quick in case you have not seen it. In case you may have came in a little late. Here it is here. And Richard reads, whiteness is also a meta privilege, according to Caucasoid Barbara Flagg, in which, quote, the ability of whiteness to define the conceptual terrain on which race is constructed, deployed, interrogated. Whiteness sets the racial identity is constructed. Whiteness generates a distinct cultural narrative, controls the racial distribution of opportunities and resources, and frames the way in which that distribution is interpreted. Finally, whiteness holds sway over the very terms in which its own ascendancy is understood and might be challenged. So that's just a little excerpt from my book. And before that, the top of the paragraph, racism is based on the concept of whiteness, a powerful fiction enforced by power and violence. Whiteness is a constantly shifting boundary, separating those who are entitled to have certain privileges from those exploitation and vulnerability to violence is justified by their being white. A powerful fiction enforced by power and violence. It's a fiction because it's a fiction because white people are not 100% human. And us melanated people, we are the human race. These Caucasoids are not part of the human race because they are not 100% human. They are mixed with all types of they are mixed with all types of animal DNA. So it's essential that they must still our melanin, still our cells, our so-called magic cells, in order to keep themselves alive. This is also why they promote interracial romance interracial relationships, interracial marriages. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do this back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but they're doing this now because they are on the brink, because they are on the brink of extinction. That's right. Us melanated men were the endangered species, but we're not. We're growing in number, just as our melanated women are growing in number. Our population numbers are growing. We're still having at such high rates. You know what I'm saying? Even though most of our children are raised in single parent households, but that's just because of the white system mass incarcerated our melanated brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So it's not our fault why we are in the position that we're in. You know, it's not our fault. It's this white system that has placed us here. It's this white system that has created these ghettos that some of our fellow melanated brothers and sisters are living in. Huh? Yeah. They're trying to do anything they can to get rid of us. But we ain't dying quick enough for them to rejoice. They're always angry. These Caucasoids are always angry. They always complaining. Whenever we say something challenging them on their racism, oh, they get defensive. They start crying those white tears, in which you got to make sure you have a white tears bottle wet, ready for them to soak up them white tears, ready for those white tears to come in that bottle so you could drink it all up. Those Beckys and Brads are gonna keep on crying, even if they get what they want. They always gonna be crying about this, crying about that. Shoot. So even if we do shut up, they still gonna be complaining. Even if we ain't talk about exterminating they sorry asses, in which the Most High is doing it anyway, so we don't need to exterminate they sorry asses. You know what I'm saying? They still going to complain. Oh, they crying. Oh, you know those people in Hawaii and Guatemala, them crackers in Guatemala and Hawaii, they crying. They crying, expecting their Caucasoid audience to feel sorry for them. But us melanated brothers and sisters who know the truth about these crackers, we ain't feeling sorry for them. Like Tarian Rain says, I feel nothing. He has a podcast called I Feel Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gotta be. We feel nothing. I'm glad all of y'all came. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's what they doing, Cat. They playing that sympathy card that you see on those Hallmark cards in the stores. Going through their bereavement period, going through their grieving and pain. Yeah, hey, how you doing, August Dreams? Nice to see you up in here. I knew somebody else came in. Yeah, peace and black power to you, Queen. Queen August Dreams. Yeah, good to see you up in here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, shit, you came in August Dreams. We were just talking about these Caucasoids. How they're always complaining about us. Yeah. Yes. And I got a book for you. I got a couple of books that I've checked out the library. So, same to you, Queen. Good seeing you up in here. And I'm sure you may be familiar, August Dreams, of these books I'm about to show you. Hold on, while I flip this phone around. Here we go. They came before Columbus by Ivan Versatima, Melanated Brother. This book was written back in the 70s. It's a wonder they still even got this book in the library. In this book right here, African Queen, The Real Life of the Hottentot Venus, by this Caucasoid. Oh yeah, here's a picture of her too. Here you go. Here's the author. Yep, she's a Caucasoid, all right. That's right. Here's a little introduction of this book. I know, right? You know they can't help it. You know, Caucasus Dreams, they can't help like to do. They like to exploit such as this. You know what I'm saying? And S. Wiseman, if I'm not mistaken, she says something about if I may go up here, says something about her feminine parts being in the museum in France. You know what I'm saying? Look at her body. You know what I'm saying? No Caucasoids what to do with a body like that. And they fetishize bodies like that. This woman came out long before Josephine Baker. You know what I'm saying? And here in this introduction here, it talks about her. In which she was hailed for her exquisite physique and suggestive semi-nude dance. And as her fame spread to Paris, Sargi became a lightning rod for late Georgian and Napoleonic attitudes towards sex and race, exploitation and colonialism, prurience and science. And Rachel Holmes recounts the luminous, heartbreaking story of one woman's journey from slavery to stardom. Yeah. So this is the book right here, African Queen, in which she is a beautiful queen indeed. You know. And also, last thing I want to show. This is the book that I've written called The Ideology of Whiteness, in which I go through how the white man is on the top of the food chain. Hold on, if I could find that section. If I can find it here. Hold on for a sec. Yeah. Hold on for a sec, family. Oh, I hear that. Okay, August Dreams. That's what's up. Yeah, so what type of work do you do? Or are you working at home? Hold on, I'm still finding it here. I think it might be in the beginning of this chapter. It's been a little while since I last read this book. Oh man, let's see here. Oh, this is the first chapter. That's probably why. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that, August Dreams. Nothing wrong with that. It's a real good thing. I'm still trying to find this section here, but in the meantime, I'm hell with that. I'm gonna go ahead and read this little bit of the book right here. This is what I was read. This is August Dreams. This is what I was reading earlier to the melanated family, and starting with whiteness. Whiteness is also a meta privilege, according to Barbara Flagg, in which the ability of whiteness to define the conceptual terrain on which race is constructed, deployed, and interrogated. Whiteness sets the terms on which racial identity is constructed. Whiteness generates a distinct cultural narrative, controls the racial distribution of opportunities and resources, and frames the ways in which that distribution is interpreted. Finally, whiteness holds sway over the very terms on which its own ascendancy is understood and might be challenged. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And before that, in the beginning of this paragraph, it says that racism is based on the concept of whiteness, a powerful fiction enforced by power and violence. Yeah, I'm gonna let you marinate on that for a second, because we could think of many examples on how racism is a powerful fiction, or how whiteness is a powerful fiction enforced by power and violence. Look at the police departments as an extension of slave patrols. You know what I'm saying? Look at people like George Zimmerman, who murdered Trayvon Martin just because he was melanated. You know what I'm saying? Crackers like him, and they try to say that he's a fucking Hispanic. Get the fuck out of here. If he is for white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? And there's a whole bunch of other examples. But yeah, this is what it is. But since I've written this book, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. First of all, this Me Too movement that is taking over now. You know what I'm saying? This Me Too movement. Yeah, this Me Too movement is basically saying that white women should be on top of the food chain system, global system of white supremacy, in which feel that they should be earning all the privileges. Oh yeah, the book is called The Ideology of Whiteness. Here you go. And here's the book right here, August Dreams. This is the book that I've written. And this is a great book, by the way. This is the back of it as well. It's a great book that I've written. Yes, and since I've written this book, you know, some things have changed. And the biggest thing that has changed is the emergence of this Me Too movement, in which white women feel that they should be the one getting all the privileges that the white men that have in which the white men have been receiving for all these years, in which these privileges are what Caucasoid Barbara Flagg quote says, unearned. Check this out right here. This little paper that she written called Whiteness as Meta Privilege, in which she states, sorry about that. Whoops. In which she states, oh yeah, you could purchase the book on Lulu, and you could just type in Ideology of Whiteness, and you should see my book, August Dreams. It's definitely worth the buy, you know. And it's only and I'm only selling it for $5. Lulu.com. LULU.com. Yep. I'm gonna make sure I put a link in the description box and after I finish this video, in which you can buy the book as well. Yeah. So yeah. here comes yeah, back to what I was saying about privilege, in which she says whiteness is a social location of power, privilege, and prestige. Whiteness is also, quote, an invisible package. An invisible package of unearned assets. Whiteness is an identity, a culture, and an often colonizing way of life that is largely invisible to whites. Yes. Though rarely invisible to melanated people. I don't like that people of color term. So somebody gonna have to get with this Caucasoid and tell her to stop using people of color. But yeah, so privilege is unearned, and whiteness is an invisible package of unearned assets. Wow. That's heavy. A package of invisible, a visible package of unearned assets. And like I said in my book, whiteness is a powerful fiction enforced by power and violence. And it's also a boundary, a constantly shifting boundary, separating those who are entitled to having certain privileges from those whose exploitation and vulnerability to violence and justified by them not being white. So if you're white, it's right. But if you're not white, oh, I think I know who you're talking about. August Dreams, yeah. She wrote on the blueprint on white privilege. I know who you're talking about, and her name is on the, I can't think of it. I can't even put the pinpoint on her name. But yes, I'm familiar with who you're talking about, August Dreams. I'm familiar with that. Yeah. I don't even know if I mentioned her in my book, The Ideology of Whiteness. I don't know if I mentioned her or not. But if I find the name, you know, if I could think of the name, I'll let you know who that person's name is. Yeah. But being colorblind is a dangerous state of mind. I think that's her. That's right. It is. That's right, August Dream. It is Peggy McIntosh. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't think I reference her. I don't think I reference her in my book though. But there were some people I did reference in the book, such as Barbara Flagg. She's not as famous. I don't think she as famous as Peggy McIntosh is. Barbara Flagg. I don't know if I may have quoted Tim Wise. I don't think I did. But when I was reading a book, I did read a couple of books from Tim Wise too. But Tim Wise is he tries to talk over us, and that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but he has to understand too that his people are not 100% human. And that's what what's her name? What's her name need to understand too. Yeah, I can't remember her name. She's a anti-racism advocate as well. I can't remember her name, but she's an older. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yep. Jane Elliott. That's right. That's it. Yeah, you got it. You got it, August Dreams. Yeah, you remember very well. That's right. That's right. Now the good thing I could take from Jane Elliott is that she actually was on the Oprah Winfrey show, and I'm sure there's a video on YouTube on that where she talks about how the globe, how the map is not an accurate description of what the land masses look like, in which the European land masses are far larger than the African and indigenous melanated people's land mass of which the melanated people live on. Because in all actuality, the land masses that most of our people live on are far larger than the land masses these Caucasoids live on. Europe is not even a continent. Europe is just a region within the continent of Asia. And I think Jane Elliott made that point on the Oprah Winfrey show. You know what I'm saying? So European is just a racial distinction. You know what I'm saying? Which is based on a social construct that these Caucasoids created. You know. So, indeed, if race is such a social construct, then why are these crackers so intent on oppressing us? You know? Their very intention is to keep us oppressed, to make sure we don't speak. But the thing is, August Dreams and others who are listening, that's right. You're right, August Dreams. It was known as Eurasian. Right. Right. Because they're connected together as one big landmass. And if I'm not mistaken, Marco Polo was one of the people was trying to create a Silk Road that would connect Europe and Asia together. But these white elites, they don't want that either. Because because they will feel that they can't control. They can't keep these because they feel like they're going to lose control over those resources. They will lose control of those resources. Not only are they trying to get resources out of melanated land masses out of land masses that have majority melanated people on them, but they also trying to get resources from their own people's land masses as well. These elites, they trying to keep everything for themselves, in which the elites are made up of mostly Caucasoids, you know. And any melanated person that is with the elites, you know what I'm saying, they're nothing but tools and instruments that these white elites can use at any time to exploit. To make melanated people look like they're doing something for them, make these white elites look less racist. Just because you got one melanated person on your crew doesn't make you any less racist. You're racist because of the fact that your Caucasoid ass was born into this white system, in which you have benefited greatly, immensely, over the expense of melanated people all over the globe. You know what I'm saying? So these Caucasoids need to recognize and understand that, you know. So, man, I've gone almost an hour and a half doing this video. You know what I'm saying? This is probably the longest I think I've ever gone doing a live stream like this. This is great. And it's good to see people by and dropping by. And I think on some of my fellow people's end, the video was buffering. I even had a almost disconnected from this video not too long ago, which I almost thought I was gonna have to start over again, but it actually reconnected me back on. So other than that, that's right. That's right. That's right. But the thing is, these Asians are killing them with these synthetic drugs, with these synthetic drugs called opioids. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, these crackers being hooked on opioids is a national emergency crisis. Is a national emergency. But when our people were hooked on crack, and there was no national out. We were on the missing. We were mass incarcerated by the dozens, by the hundreds, by the thousands. And a lot of our brothers and sisters are still locked up on drug charges. Non-violent crimes. That just tells you right there that these crackers don't want us living on this planet. They know that we are the original kings and queens, that the gods in the universe first created. We are the descendants of the original peoples of this planet. We are not just descendants of slaves. We are descendants of the Most High, who created us in His image, which is the melanated people's image. It's a powerful thing when you know that you are created in the image of the Most High. That is something that these crackers cannot stand. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I'm glad I was able to do this video this evening. I'm glad everybody has stepped in. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and get on, because I gotta charge this phone back up again. I'm down to 30% now. But it's all good chopping up with the melanated family. And just to let you know, peace and black first. All right. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.